What's up everyone, back for another vlog, and in today's vlog I will be showing you the next 7 beers that I will be reviewing for Mixed 6-Pack Theme Month here on the channel. So I've already shown you the first 10 beers that I'm reviewing on my channel during August, and I'm almost done with those 10 beers. So here are the next 7. Now, when I grabbed those first 10 beers for reviewing purposes for the theme month, there was a rhyme and reason to those beers. I wanted to get a good mix of different styles. But for these 7 beers, I went into my local Wegmans grocery store and I was just like, you know what? Whatever speaks to me, whatever beers kind of sing to me, I'm gonna grab them and review them. I don't really care stylistically if there's 4 or 5 IPAs or whatever the case may be. Luckily, that is not the case, but a lot of these beers I was just like, hey, it's the middle of summer. We're actually closer to the end of summer than the beginning of summer, but it is the middle of summer, and I was like, so many of these sound really thirst quenching and refreshing, and a couple of these beers I've wanted to try and review for a while, so that is another reason. So anyway, the next 7 beers I will be reviewing start on August 11th, and the week ends on August 17th, so August 11th to the 17th. If you want to grab any of these and drink along with me, feel free to do so. I'm sure a lot of you have already had these beers, so if you watch my review, let me know what you think about the beer, because that's honestly the main reason I'm doing this, is for interaction and just, you know, review some older beers that I haven't tried in a while, or review some maybe new summer seasonals, things like that. But it's been a lot of fun so far, and I think these next 7 will also be enjoyable. So the first beer I'll be reviewing on August 11th comes from New Belgium Brewing Company, and it's their Passionfruit Kolsch. I've actually wanted to drink this one now for about 3 or 4 months. I remember seeing, I think it was Dan over at Dan's Beer Reviews. He reviewed this one and he was really digging it, and I'm like, I love passion fruit. I really like Kolsch's. Why don't I grab this one? So I did, and here we are. And I think the freshness of this beer is under a couple months old, so yeah, we're fine there. The next beer is from Shiner, and it's their Lemon Pils. So this is a Pilsner that is brewed with Meyer lemons and lemon drop hops. I've not reviewed anything from Shiner on the channel. I've had their Shiner Bock and a lot of their seasonals and whatnot. And, you know, Shiner's okay to me, but a couple of their seasonals I really enjoyed. Their Ruby Redbird was one of the few that I really didn't care for. So usually when it comes to summer seasonals, I steer clear of Shiner, but this one for me, I don't know, it just kind of speaks to me. It's a lemon Pilsner. Yeah, I want to check it out. So Shiner Lemon Pils. I don't know how old this bottle is. There's no date on it. I couldn't find anywhere, but I'd imagine it's relatively fresh. The next one is one that I'm sure a lot of you have already had from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, their Hazy Little Thing IPA. So this is basically their New England style IPA. I believe this one and New Belgium's Voodoo Ranger, the Juicy Hazy IPA, and Samuel Adams New England style IPA all came out around the same time. Not exactly around the same time, but it was like, those are the 3 for, you know, the big beer, big craft beer companies, and they all kind of introduced a New England style IPA at the same time. And truth be told, I've had this one a couple times before, so full disclosure, I've had this one before, but this is, of the 3 big breweries, craft breweries that have released New England style IPAs, this is my least favorite of the bunch. Maybe this can will be different. Maybe it'll hit me in a different way. You know, we'll see. But I wanted to give it a proper review, so we're going to do so. I like Sam Adams the most, followed by New Belgium, and then this one. So I guess we'll see how I feel about it. Now, I haven't had it in like 6 months, maybe 6 to 8 months, so yeah, it should be fun to review. Next, from Brooklyn, we have their Summer Ale. They call this a Sunny Pale Ale. Now, I remember that they used to call this an English Pale Ale. I don't know if it's still an English Pale Ale brewed with, like, you know, English malts and English hops, but it used to be an English Pale Ale. I don't know if they've changed up the recipe. I didn't look it up. I guess when I review it, I'll try to find some information. But I remember this one just being solid. But I wanted to try it just because, I don't know, it said summer ale on it, summertime, and I'm like, yeah, let's give it a go. I haven't reviewed a lot of Brooklyn on the channel, so here's another one that we'll review, and I'm sure a lot of you have had this one or can find this one. Next, so then again, August 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and then August 15th from Ballast Point Brewing Company, I'll be reviewing the Grapefruit Sculpin. I'm sure a lot of you have had this beer. I'm sure a lot of you have had the base Sculpin. I really dig this beer. I've had it numerous times. I really love this beer. Habanero Sculpin was really good, especially the hotter ones. They used to have like variations between cans and batches and whatnot. And the base Sculpin, just awesome IPA, honestly. Here's the only issue I've always had with Ballast Point. They are a bit more expensive than their contemporaries. More often than that, you're paying $2 to $4 more a 6-pack of their beers. I don't know if that's still the case because I don't really buy a lot of Ballast Point anymore. I don't see a lot of it here locally. So when I saw this, I was like, it's still relatively fresh. I think this can is around 6 weeks old. So, or I'm like, yo, come on, 6 weeks old. Ballast Point Grapefruit Sculpin. I'm going to review it. Hopefully it's just as good as I remember it. I've mentioned this before on numerous on numerous videos and reviews where I'm drinking some kind of grapefruit IPA, grapefruit beer. I don't really like grapefruit, the fruit itself, but when it comes to grapefruit beers and more specifically IPAs, I really do dig them. So I used to love this beer, haven't had it in a couple years. We're gonna revisit it and hopefully enjoy it just as much as I used to. On August 16th, we have from Goose Island Beer Company their Summertime. This is a German style Kolsch, and that's all it is. It's just a German style Kolsch. And I'm really digging Kolsches. As you can see, 2 Kolsches, Passionfruit Kolsch and just a regular German Kolsch. Yeah, I haven't reviewed anything from Goose Island on the channel, I don't believe. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Maybe I have, I can't remember. So yeah, this will be probably the first Goose Island beer I'm reviewing. In the fall, I plan on doing a whole Bourbon County week at some point, so there'll be more from Goose Island. I don't, yeah, I haven't stopped buying their beers for any reason or whatever. I just haven't bought one in a while, so this is the first one I grabbed, and I'm like, hey, it's a German style Kolsch, it's summertime, it's go time. Last but not least, on August 17th, I'll be reviewing from the Stone Brewing Company their Scorpion Bowl IPA. I've seen a bunch of Untappd friends really dig this one, and this was the freshest bottle or can of this entire mixed 6-pack. I know there's 7 here. I bought a couple at a time, and you know, I'm staggering the releases, obviously because there's, you know, 6 beers in a 6-pack, and there's 7 days in a week, so how does that work? Anyway, math, it's really tough. But anyway, yeah, so I saw this one, and I'm like, I wonder how fresh that is. I'd like to try it. As of right now, it's 3 weeks old, so when I review this, it's probably going to be around a month. That's super fresh. It says drink fresh. Stone always, you know, goes on and on about freshness. There's a whole, you know, pretty much 75 paragraphs on the back of this bottle, like all of Stone beers, but I've heard really good things about this one. I'm going to give it a go. So again, one last time, August 11th to August 17th, these are the 7 beers I'll be reviewing. If you can grab any of these at a reasonable price, like don't go crazy grabbing these or whatever, do so. I'd really like to see your thoughts on these, especially if you've never had them before. You know, now that I'm posting these and letting you guys know when I am posting these and what days I'm posting them on, you can buy them in advance and maybe drink along with me or drink them beforehand and let me know what you think about it. Because like I said, you guys know what I think about these beers because I'm reviewing them, but I'd also like to hear what you think about these beers because that's kind of the, you know what, that's kind of the point for me. That's the fun I get out of this, is listening to your feedback as well. So appreciate each and every one of you stopping by for another vlog. There'll be 2 more videos like this, 2 more vlogs over the course of August, showing you guys the last 2 weeks of beers I'll be reviewing. I'm going to try to do maybe next week a better job at mix and matching. Like I said, I just kind of went in and just like, I'm just going to grab 7 beers and go from there. So maybe next week I'll try to make sure whatever I'm picking up, it makes sense and whatnot. So I might have to check out another Wegmans because at this point I went to the same Wegmans twice already. And it's like, okay, most of the selection there, I've grabbed pretty much everything I want, so I might have to hit up another Wegmans or maybe a couple consumers beverages and just see what they have and go from there. So once again, appreciate everybody stopping by for another vlog. Hopefully you guys grab some of these beers and drink along with me. I can't wait to review them all. And until I do so, cheers.